Welcome to a new video about Butterworth response low-pass filter design. This is our example number 2, where we discuss a third-order low-pass filter design. Of course, we will see everything again step by step in our calculations and verify these in SPICE simulations. Okay, our design objective is shown here. We like to design a Butterworth response active low-pass filter. We use a Sallen-Key filter circuit for our design, and we also need to calculate the stop and attenuation. The specifications for our filter are shown here. We need to have a maximum passband ripple 0.5 dB. The stop and attenuation minimum we need is 25 dB. The cutoff frequency is 400 Hz and the stop band frequency is 2 kHz. This means actually the following: at this frequency, 2 kHz, we need to have a minimum attenuation of 25 dB. This will be checked also using the simulation results. So first step, the calculations in our solutions. We start first with a filter order, as done also in the previous video. We start first with the epsilon p, which is our scaling for relation of this A max. So A max we will substitute in here as 0.5. That will result here in 0.3493. Similar thing we will do for the A minimum, and that's called now epsilon s. And again we substitute here 25, and that will result in 17.755. Now, taking this together, we will now use the formula for the filter order that is given by this expression, where you see the epsilons, the stop band frequency and the cutoff frequency. Now substitute here the values we have, and you get now here 2.4409 approximately. That means we need to have an integer order in order to realize our circuit, so we need to go to a third order. That means n is 3. If we take here n is 2, so second order, we will not fulfill the specifications in this design. So our design needs to have a Sallen-Key filter circuit, low pass, but it should be a 3-pole. Why? Because we have a third order. And that is this circuit here. We see here 3 resistors, R1, R2 and R3, and also 3 capacitors, and our operation amplifier is here in the unity gain feedback configuration. Step 2 is the calculation of these components, because now we have here 6 components. We need to determine the values, and then the design is completed. So we can select here the 3 resistors equal to each other and just select the value as 1 kilo ohm. Again, depending on, of course, the specification like the power or noise, this can change, but in this case we don't have the specifications, so we will select the value like 1 kilo ohm here. The next step is the scaling factor. Scaling factor is called the C, and that is related to that relationship of this resistor, what we have, and also the cutoff frequency in our design. So it will be then 1 over this R omega C, and omega is of course 2 pi F. So we will take now 1 over the 1000 times 2 pi times 400, then this is now the scaling factor we will use. This is an important value that will be used from the table of the Butterworth response in order to calculate the capacitors C1, C2 up to C3. And here we see the Butterworth response table. You see here the order, you see number of sections we need, and what kind of a section it is 2 or 3 pole. And this one is about the capacitor ratio to that scaling factor. So the C1 over C, that means we need to take this part, because I will look at the third order, and we have 1 section and only 3-pole circuit, and the first one, C1 over C, needs to be 3.546. C2 over C must be 1.3920, and the C3 over C must be then 0.2024. The other one, this one, the R over R1 and R over R2 and R over R3, that is used when we design a high-pass filter, so that is in a different design. So from the table, the parameter scale factors of our Butterworth response, we will get now the following situation. C1 is then, if we look at this expression, C1 over C, which is this value, it needs to be actually then this. And we can also do that for the C2 in a similar form, and also C3. Now we need to now substitute this C, which is our scaling factor, in this expression, and you have now your 1.411 microfarads. So our first unknown here, which is this capacitor, is now here determined. The second one in a similar form, then we get here 553.9 nanofarads, and the final one we have here 80.53 nanofarads. So we have now all three capacitors and also all three resistors we have selected. Okay, now calculate the actual stop and attenuation. Now before we do that, we look also to the passband frequency that is calculated using this formula for a low pass filter. The cutoff frequency, we will take the epsilon p we have calculated and we do that to the power of 1 over the n, which is our filter order. That is this 0.3493 to the power 1 over 3 times 400, of course, and that will give us approximately 282 Hertz. So at that frequency, we will have a gain decrease of 0.5 dB. So since this is a unity gain feedback, at low frequencies it will have a gain of 1, so unity. That means 0 dB, and we will go down by 0.5 dB at this frequency. So we will check that also in the simulations. Okay, now we can calculate the A minimum, the actual stop band attenuation that is done using this formula. You see again the epsilon p, the passband frequency, the stop band frequency, and also the order here. So we can just substitute here again the values. This will be of course 2 times 3, that is why it is 6, and it will give us 41.94 dB. Now we can also use a different formula where you see the cutoff frequency, and that is also more convenient for this case, and that is now this result. And you see also here the cutoff frequency only here, and the passband at the stop band frequency, and you have also 41.94 dB. Okay, now we have now done everything. We go now to the simulation results. This is the Bode plot. You see here the circuit. Let's bring also up the values we have determined. You see here the R, everything is 1K, and the C1, C2, C3. You see also the values, what we have calculated. And this is the circuit again in the SPICE simulator. Now we see some labels here. Let's go one by one. The first one is the low frequency gain. It's indeed 0 dB. So you see here the Bode plot. Low pass filter characteristics. So that is as we have discussed, so as expected. The gain is 0.5 dB at this frequency, 282 Hertz, which is also the passband frequency, so that's also correct. The gain is minus 3.01 dB at 400 Hertz. That means from this baseline of 0 dB, we go down by 3.01 dB, which is the characteristic of a cutoff frequency. And the final label is the gain, which is minus 41.9 dB at 2 kHz. We hit a little bit larger, of course this is depending on the rounding of errors. So this is the stop band attenuation at that frequency. So this also as we have calculated, and that means we have also much larger than the 25 dB we require to have. This was the minimum. So if we look at our results, this is almost 42 dB. So we have achieved our goal. Alright, that was our example considering the Butterworth response active low pass filter. For these specifications, we have seen that we need a third order low pass filter. We have used the Sallen-Key filter configuration 3-pole to realize this circuit. If you have any questions, comments, please let me know in the comment section. I will try to answer them as soon as possible. Don't forget to like and share these videos so that we can reach more people for these interesting topics. Thanks for your cooperation and see you next time in another video. Take care.